Here I am fitting up my outer rocker panels. Like I said, you need to fit these before you really do anything else. Don't weld them in place, just get them cut to fit. We're getting pretty close, and what I'm working on now is the back here. And you can see the little hole for the rubber bumper, and you can see how offset it is. And the reason for that is because this original lower seam, pinch weld seam of the original rocker, you need to cut that out because it interferes with the lower seam here on your new rocker panel. It basically, it just kind of fits up against there, and so you're not getting a good fit. So don't mark and certainly don't cut until you at least get that lower portion cut out. I'll show you why. Okay, I'm back here on the driver's side of the truck that I've already finished, and you can see here, this side of the panel is the new replacement. Back over here is the old original rocker panel, and you can see they don't line up. The original rocker panel actually extends lower than the new one. So what's happening is, when you're trying to fit them up, this side of the new rocker panel is actually resting on top of the original outer rocker, this pinch weld flange. So you got to cut it all out of the original stuff, then fit your new rocker panel. Okay, here's the piece of the pinch weld seam, the original piece off the rocker. I've got that cut off and removed, and now my new outer rocker panel is sitting more flush, about to where it should be. I'll demonstrate it here with this hole. That hole's for a little rubber bumper that's like a door stop. You can see we're just about 1/8 of an inch off, but that's okay, because that's the reason for that is the existing metal that's underneath this original rocker panel. Once you cut that metal away, it'll drop. But you need to keep in mind, when you're cutting this top part, when you mark it, you cut below your line. Because if you cut on your line, when that metal's removed and this new rocker piece drops down, you'll have a big gap up here that you'll need to fill in with weld. Same in this area, you can see where I made a cut here to join it up with the lower, the original rocker panel. So just keep that in mind, cut below your line, and that way you don't end up with a huge gap in this area that you need to fill up with weld. Okay, I've got the back little piece of the original outer rocker panel cut away. As you can see, I did have to drill out some spot welds, but she is removed. So there's a little piece, and a little bit of crud on the back, but otherwise pretty good. And remember when I said, you can see my line that I marked, always cut below your line. There was that little hole there for the rubber bumper, and there you can see there was about 1/8 inch of offset between the two. So that's what I did. I marked my line and I cut about 1/8 inch below, and it seems to be working out pretty good. The fitment of the new rocker is getting a little better and a little better. This is really just a process of whittling. You take off a little bit at a time until you get the fit just like you want it and just like it should be, and then you would essentially weld it in. But like I said, at this stage you're just mocking it up, because you still need to put in your inner rocker panels, and you do those, you weld those in before you weld in your outer rocker panels. I've got a little more work to do to get everything to sit down flat. I need to cut off this section of the what's mostly inner rocker panel. You can see some of the original outer rocker panel. I didn't drill the rosette welds out of this. I just cut it, as you can see, straight across. Just saves time, because this piece is going away anyway, and drilling out rosette welds takes a lot of time. So you can do the same thing, just cut it off straight. You can do the same here on the bottom. Just use your cutting disc, cut it off straight at the bottom, because that's going to be going away anyway. If you were not replacing your inner rockers, then you would need to drill out your rosette welds. But since I'm replacing the inner rockers, the whole shebang is going away, So I'm just going to cut it off with the cutting disc and make it easy. So I'm going to get going on that, and I'll make some more videos. Alright, here we are about to start fitting up the inner rocker panel. I'm probably going to make this the last video for fitting the outer rocker panels, but just wanted to show you guys I got most of the rust cut off here, the outside of this body brace, and I got a little more cutting to do back here, but I'm going to throw this panel back on here and show you what the next step would be. Alright, the outer rocker panel is mounted in place. It's everything's cut out and fit, and we're ready to start doing the inner rocker panel.